We go 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock strong. Hit that drop, cause it's time to get it down. Baby, slow down, watch out now. We all up in this spot, make it hot right now. Slow down, watch out now. We all up in this spot, make it hot right now.
Oh man, Cadence, that was hot, man.
Oh, thank you.
That's right.
Man, I don't know about you, but I kind of just wanted to get up and throw down right now. But my favorite part, man, was that breakdown. Did you hear that, man?
Yeah,
That's
no,
so
I caught it.
unexpected.
I caught it.
Well, I expected it because I've heard this track before, but when I was first experiencing this track, it just came out of left field, man. And I love that when artists do that, man. When it's unexpected, they throw it in your face, it catches your attention, catches that attention. So
thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the lyrics. Anything special about the lyrics? Is it just meant for as fun?
Yeah, just fun. Like say you're sitting at home on a Friday night and you're like, I want to do something, and you just go out to the club or to the party and just have fun, like pick up a couple girls on your way there. Just have fun.
Just have fun, man.
Yeah.
Sick, man, sick. Well, I like this next section is one of my favorite sections that we're going into, and it's just the topic of inspiration. And what inspires you. So tell us a little bit about your greatest sources of inspiration, both musically and in life. If it's through music or through life in general. What inspires you the most?
When I was younger, my inspiration was actually Will Smith. To this day, he's still my favorite artist. Because he was the one that introduced me to you don't have to cuss to make good music. So every time I got in the car, Will Smith, always be playing Will Smith. So that. And just knowing that I want something and just knowing that I'm going to do whatever I can to reach that or work as hard as I can to reach that, that's another inspiration for me. It's motivation also, my family, and the passing of my mom. That was a big motivation booster for me also. Even though it caused me to slow down for a while, I've been picking back up lately, and it's just thinking she wanted me to do this. And she was like, I don't want you to stop. You make great music. And she just, every song I played for her, she's like, oh, I love it. And she'd give me, honest feedback, So my mom she's probably the biggest motivation for me. And, of course, my girlfriend.
Girlfriend Sky here in the room. But tell us, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about, your mom passing and how that affected you, when she passed and, when you heard the news, I know stuff like that is very life-changing, and that as a musician, that plays into a lot of your lyrics or a lot of your music, both emotionally, and through life. So, you don't have to get into big details if you don't want to.
Oh, no, it's fine.
But tell us a little bit about that.
So, it all started October 1st, 2007, 20 days before my birthday. I was a freshman in high school. And we're all just sitting down watching TV, and my grandma was over, and my dad comes, sits us down, and tells us, Mom's got cancer. She got a brain tumor. So, of course, it hurt really bad at first, but as time went on, I realized, okay, she doesn't seem that bad. So after about 4 or 5 years went by, she seemed like she was doing fine, and honestly, I took it for granted. I was like, my mom's not going anywhere. So recently, in October 7th of this past year, she had a seizure. So she had to go to the hospital for that. But I was in LA doing a show, actually. So when I got off stage, my dad called me. He was like, hey, man, you got to come to the hospital right now. I was like, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah, probably because he didn't want me to worry. So I'm rushing to the hospital, and I get there. And my dad tells me everything's going to be fine. So I thought everything was going to be fine. Then he brought us into a room and broke the news to us. He's like, Mom's not going to make it. So we all just started crying, and we were all upset. So my mom got to come home about a week after that. And we knew that she was going to pass. We just didn't know when. So it was up in the air. Some days she was really good, other days she was really bad. And they had this one moment where they have rallies when you have cancer, and it's they're at a low point and they come to a high point. So she was at that high point, and I was like, you know what, she's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be cool. She was talking about, I want to get out this hospital bed and move, and we're like, you can't yet. But she didn't want to hear that. She just wanted to get out. Then she went back down, and after she went back down, that was it. So it was hard seeing my mom like that, and just on November 17th, about 6 or 7 o'clock, she just passed. So me and my whole family were there, and we watched her pass, and it was hard. It hurt really bad. It still hurts to this day. But that whole situation brought me so much closer to God, and it's just making me like seek him and want to become like a better Christian and man of God, you know, and that's what keeps me going also.
Man. Oh man, it's crazy because it you don't know how that, you know, cancer or disease affects people until you go through it yourself, you know, until you have someone, a loved one, you know. So seems like a perfect opportunity right now to take a little break. When we come back, though, we'll continue this conversation with Cadence, and we thank you again, man, for coming out, and we're excited to continue this this interview, man. So let's take a little break, and when we come back, we'll be back with Cadence.
Cool.
All right, if you're enjoying this edition of Lunchtime Live on your favorite Time Warner, Charter Communications, or FiOS television channel, let's try that one again. Don't forget that Cadence and hundreds of other great local bands can be heard 24/7 on Coyote Radio. Listen online at radio.csusb.edu or simply Google Coyote Radio, Cal State, and enjoy. More of Lunchtime Live coming up with Cadence in minutes. Stay tuned.